Yo, what is up, guys? XRP is at $1.03 right now in CoinMarketCap. Our first tweet comes from Watcher Guru. Justin, Russian President Putin officially signs law regulating cryptocurrency. Our next tweet comes from Bitcoin Magazine. Justin, Senator Rick Scott says Senator Lummis has worked her butt off with the Clarity Act and urges the Senate to stay and pass the bill. We've got to figure out how do we get these things done. We've got to stay here and start talking to each other. Let's watch this video.
Like you've got Cynthia Lummis on. She's worked her butt off with the Clarity Act. All right. And so there's things to improve on that, but we've got to figure out how do we get these things done?
Yeah. And how do you get it done?
We've got to stay here and start talking to each other. I mean, I'm a business guy. You know how I got all my deals done? I sat and talked to people. I talk to people, talk to people, talk to people. We're not talking to each other.
Yeah.
And we're not up here enough to do it.
Smash that subscribe button and hit that like button if you believe XRP will reach $3 again this year. Our next tweet comes from Bitcoin Magazine. Justin, Senator Tillis says the White House is now engaging on bipartisan Clarity Act ethics text, Punchbowl News reports. We've got people working with the White House right now. They're going through some of the lines right now. Our next tweet comes from Senator Cynthia Lummis. I believe we will get a vote on the Clarity Act before August recess and get people on the record after 11 months of negotiating with Democrats and adding 300 plus pages to the bill at their request. It's just time to get people on the record. Let's watch this video.
Leading the charge on the Clarity Act, Wyoming Senator Cynthia Lummis back with us. She's the chairwoman of the Senate Subcommittee on Digital Assets. And Senator, it's great to see you this morning. Thanks so much for joining us.
My pleasure, Maria. Good morning.
Where does it stand right now? When we were together the last time, you said you're hoping that you could actually get this passed before you all leave for recess, which is supposed to be this Friday.
Maria, I don't think we'll be leaving on Friday. I think we'll go into the weekend. There are other bills in addition to the Clarity Act that we need to take votes on before we leave for the August recess. And Clarity is one of those bills. So I do believe that we will get a vote on the Clarity Act and get people on the record. After 11 months of negotiating with Democrats and adding 300 plus pages to the bill at their request, it's just time to get people on the record.
Well, that's
our next tweet comes from Crypto Barbie. Breaking. Ripple lawyer Stuart Aldradi urges the Senate to pass the Clarity Act. There are 67 million Americans who own crypto today. Pass the Clarity Act. Our next tweet comes from Bank XRP. Justin, Senator John Kennedy demands a Senate vote on the Clarity Act before August recess. If we don't have a positive vote before the August break, I think the odds shift against us. Recess starts August 10th. Clock's almost out. Let's watch this video.
I can't tell you how many meetings I've been in the last 6 months that should have been an email, that could have been an email, to talk about the Russian sanctions bill and to talk about election integrity and to try to get a consensus. It's not going to happen. Not in my natural lifetime, not in yours, Madam Chair, though you'll live longer than me, and not in yours, our friends in the gallery. We got to vote. And we need to vote right now. And the American people expect it. And if there is a motion made on this floor to have us remain here until we get our work done, I'm going to vote yes. I'm going to vote yes. I can tell you right now. And what is the work we need to get done? In no particular order, we need to pass the Russian sanctions bill. We need to pass the budget resolution, which will include election integrity. We need to confirm Todd Blanche. We need to pass the continuing resolution to keep government open until December the 11th. We need to vote on the cryptocurrency bill, which we've spent years on. And if we're waiting to take those votes to get a consensus, it's not going to happen. Did I mention that's why God made votes? When reasonable people disagree. And that's what we need to do. Did I leave out anything, Madam President? We need to get our business done.
Our next tweet comes from Bitcoin Magazine. Justin, Senator Lummis says it's time to cinch up and get this done regarding the Clarity Act. To ensure our innovators in Wyoming and across the U.S. have the clarity they need to build a better financial future right here on U.S. soil. Our next tweet comes from Remy Relief X. Clarity update, no recess, we will get a vote over the weekend. Everyone will go on record, let's go. They know we are watching and they will be voted out. Let's watch this video.
The senator leading the charge on the Clarity Act, Wyoming Senator Cynthia Lummis, back with us. She's the chairwoman of the Senate Subcommittee on Digital Assets. And Senator, it's great to see you this morning. Thanks so much for joining us.
My pleasure, Maria. Good morning.
Where does it stand right now? When we were together the last time, you said you're hoping that you can actually get this passed before you all leave for recess, which is supposed to be this Friday.
Maria, I don't think we'll be leaving on Friday. I think we'll go into the weekend. There are other bills in addition to the Clarity Act that we need to take votes on before we leave for the August recess. And Clarity is one of those bills. So I do believe that we will get a vote on the Clarity Act and get people on the record. After 11 months of negotiating with Democrats and adding 300 plus pages to the bill at their request, it's just time to get people on the record.
Well, that's right. And I think that's such a great point that you make, because obviously it doesn't feel like you've got the votes. Do you feel like you can secure the votes needed, or are you looking at another situation where Democrats want to offer more and more amendments related to ethics, law enforcement concerns, and then the amendments will just get blocked and it's just more time?
I continue to work with Democrats every day on those very issues. And we worked into the night last night on the CFTC portion of the bill. We're working more on the law enforcement portion of the bill. By the way, we've gotten a lot of support from law enforcement now who see this as a pro-law enforcement bill. And the president agreed to an ethics provision that no president has ever agreed to. He's gone farther to protect ethics than any president in history. Yet the Democrats do want more. Their proposal is in front of the president now, and we'll see what he does.
No, it's a great point that you make. The president has actually tried to come to the middle and try to agree to some of these ethics. I mean, when we spoke a couple of weeks ago, I said, look, the president just trying to veto this. But in fact, he's tried to come to an agreement with Democrats on these ethics issues.
And if this bill dies, the Democrats are going to have to kill it. We're going to vote on it, so it can't die by no votes. And if it dies, it's going to be because the Democrats kill it. I've been over backwards for 11 months to give them as much as we can possibly give them to regulate this industry. We want to onshore this industry. We don't want it to go to Switzerland or the UAE or Singapore. This is an important industry in the U.S. And we've tried to find a way to allow innovation to occur while still having a clear regulatory framework that this industry can comply with. And they want to comply. They want to be in the United States. Let's let them by passing the Clarity Act.
Yeah, great analysis there. Let's talk.
Our next tweet comes from Zave Crypto. Chris Giancarlo, creator of Canton Network, says, if Clarity fails, it'll separate builders from the fearful. Those who keep building through uncertainty will be the ones who benefit long term. Let's watch this video.
Now building on this architecture in a big way. So I've been very involved in digital assets, the creator of the Canton Network. And I identified that years ago as, I think, one of the winners in the space because of their emphasis on commercial privacy, but regulatory transparency, which, as someone who, before I went into government, built trading platforms, I really believe that's one of the right answers to this. So I think the industry is going to be both challenged, but I think out of this is going to come the best built technologies, the best, strongest platforms, the best balance sheets. And what I would say, if I can leave one message to your audience, if Clarity doesn't pass, it's actually going to, one of the byproducts is going to separate the men from the boys. Because the people that are afraid of building are not, and the people that are fearless will. And I think that's, 10 years we're going to look back and say those who didn't build got left out. And those ones that had the courage to continue building are the ones that are going to benefit from this innovation. So I think if Clarity doesn't pass, the premium for courage is going to go up, and the discount for fearfulness is going to knock some people out of the game.
Real quick, if this helped, press the like button. It tells YouTube to show this to people who want the truth, not hype. And press the subscribe button if you're done being sold the moon. I've already got your next one right here. Go!